It was almost midnight in Chicago. The streets were nearly empty. Slick from a light drizzle, Jack Turner, a tired cab driver in his 40s, leaned back in his seat, waiting for his next ride. Business had been terrible that week. Rent was due, and his car payment was late again. He rubbed his eyes, ready to call it a night, until he noticed an old woman standing under a flickering streetlight, waving for help. Jack pulled over and rolled down his window. "Need a ride, ma'am?" The old woman nodded, her hands trembling slightly. "Please, can you take me to St. Mary's Hospital?" she said softly. Without a word, Jack helped her in and started the meter. He noticed her clothes were worn, her shoes soaked through. Something about her reminded him of his late mother. The city lights passed by in silence. Jack could hear her breathing, slow, labored. After a moment, she whispered, "You're kind, son. Most drivers wouldn't have stopped this late." He smiled faintly. "You just looked like you needed help." As they neared the hospital, the old woman sighed. "You remind me of my boy. He passed away years ago." Jack didn't know what to say. He just drove quietly, but his heart felt heavy. When they reached the hospital, the old woman searched her bag and froze. "Oh no, my wallet. I must have left it at home," she said, voice trembling. Jack smiled. "Don't worry about it, ma'am. Get yourself checked out, that's what matters." Tears welled up in her eyes. "You're a good man," she whispered. She reached out, squeezed his hand, and said, "God bless you, Jack." He hadn't told her his name. 2 weeks later, a letter arrived at the taxi company with Jack's name on it. It was written in neat cursive on cream-colored paper. "Dear Jack, by the time you read this, I'll be gone. I was very sick that night you drove me to the hospital. You were my last act of kindness from this world. I had no family left, so I left something for you. The little house I owned on Maple Street, it's yours now. Thank you for reminding me that there's still good people left." Jack sat in his cab, tears rolling down his face, clutching the letter to his chest. A month later, Jack stood outside a small white house with a "For Transfer" sign in front. It wasn't just a house. It was hope. He smiled, whispering, "Thank you, ma'am." And from that day on, Jack never turned down anyone who needed a ride, whether they could pay or not. Kindness is the only thing that never costs us, yet pays us back in ways we never expect.